there we go. I've got the wonderful microphone turned on. Hopefully you guys can hear me. I can see the meter moving, so it must be working. And I'll turn that song off so it won't start next time I pop on here. Ha! We'll see what happens. Anyway, welcome everyone. Glad to have you all on board. And it is a Monday, the July 18th kind of 2022, and in some places it's already Tuesday the 19th, depending on where you are. And that is all good and all happy, no worries. Yes, I can see you. Just very funny. And thank you guys. I can hear you from Sharon Stewart. That is wonderful. I'm glad you can hear me, and the rest of you as well, like Sue Hayes. And Sue, I did look at that video real quick. I turned the volume off on it and just listened or watched it real quick. It's just a short one, and it's actually kind of interesting, and I think we'll throw the link for that one in there just before the first break, and I think that'll be pretty cool. And people can watch that. So thanks for sending that. We'll have a look at it for sure. Anyway, welcome to our wonderful moderators. First off, Arizona Snowman is in the house. Piggy is here as well. Welcome, Piggy. Welcome, Arizona Snowman. C&D Boy is also here. And I didn't see Lucas Snow or that other Joseph Fields official guy yet. And I'm sure Gary might be hiding around here somewhere as well. And that is 24/7 AZ Skies, or what is it, 24/7 Live AZ Skies. There we go, got it out. And that is all good. No sound until the end of the video. Oh, okay. I didn't know that because I watched it with sound turned off, and that is pretty good. Wow, hang on. I gotta read something here real quick. Okay. All right. Okay. All right, we'll allow. Okay, I'm not quite understanding what you sent me there, Piggy, but we'll take a look at that later. All right, no worries. And yay, Gary did pop in there. I see you, Gary. I see you. All right, anyway, welcome everyone. I'm glad to have you all on board today. Not sure where you guys are at, but in many places it is very hot. The dog with her fan. Oh, okay, pretty cool. And I read what Kate had put down there as well about her dog. And yeah, it's a shame that little the puppy went into your meds. And I'm glad though that you got the dog to the vet right away. And hopefully be okay. So all good that way. Anyway, first person in today. While we're at it, let's give Echo the Bot gets some cookies. So Echo the Bot was first person in, and yay, Echo gets cookies. There you go. And I will go through and say hi to everyone in here real quick, and we'll start out with Kate, of course. And I see Spooky Avocado is here. Justine, Sophie, Henry Nelson, and let's see, Kevin Haynes, Sue Hayes, Spooky Avocado. Going up a little bit more. Trevor the Wonky Donkey. Did I say Kevin Haynes? Yeah, I did. Purple Sage is here as well. Welcome back. And going up, Sharon Stewart is here. Sue Hayes is here. And I want to move this ahead. And of course, Pepper is here as well with Pepper's faithful companion, Tom. Hermione made it back in. Good to see you, Hermione. And Sasha also made it in. And welcome. Going up some more to see who else I can find. And let's see. We got Trevor already. Spooky we got. And going up more and more and more. Looking to see. I know there's others in here. King Colin is here. Welcome, Colin. Glad to have you on board. Guten Abend, Klaus. Klaus is here. Welcome back. And let's see. Going up some more. We got that Henry guy already. And got Hermione. And just sliding up here as quick as I can to go through these names. And hopefully find a couple more in here that I haven't mentioned before. We got Kate. Yep. Colin, we got... Boy, you guys chat a lot. But that's exactly what it's for. So I love seeing it. And that is excellent. Duchess of Elements is here, and Duchess heard about storms down in the southern part of our province that I was not even aware of. Apparently, I'll have to check into that. Jojo 1960 UK is here as well. Bill Paget also here, and welcome you guys. Going up some more, looking for other wonderful names. Mark the Shark, aloha. Welcome. Glad to have you on board. And I am up as high as I can go on the list, and I don't see any other names. So hopefully I didn't miss yours, and that we got it. If I didn't mention your name, it wasn't on purpose, or it might have been because I stubbed my big toe because I wasn't looking. Oh, hang on, there's Big Toe. Welcome. Sorry, bad humor, punny bad humor. Okay, looking at down on the bottom here just to make sure that I didn't miss anyone else, and I don't think I did. Okay, yeah. So what happened to Trevor? 29 inside my flat, and it's 12 a.m. Okay, yeah, yeah, okay. I'm not going to tell you what my thermometer says here in my office, but it's more than 29. So anyway, it's Colin's got the right temperature. That's about what the temperature is inside right now. I do have fans on, so it's blowing at me here, but the thermometer's up at about 5 feet, 5.5 feet, or whatever, and that's what it's reading is 34 degrees. So but it's your daytime. Yeah, it is. It is definitely a daytime heat. But we have such long days, and it really doesn't cool off at night. And that is the way it is. What's outside? It's actually probably cooler outside, Colin, than it is on the inside. And we'll find that out in a second here. I'll just bring up the temperature. Just recently, yeah, we covered that yesterday, Duchess of Elements, and that was what it was. So yeah, here it's 29 degrees outside, but it's hotter inside here because we're baking in the sun. You know how that goes. Put it. I'll take my bed. Put there. Yeah. Yeah. Go camping out in the park. It'll be cooler. Anyway, oh, lots of fun, you guys. Heat everywhere, and that is wonderful. That's your outside temperature. Okay, that's our outside temperature at 2 or 5 minutes after 2 in the morning. There you go. It is exactly that, Echo. It is a summertime, and that's the way it is. In the northern hemisphere, it's summertime. The southern hemisphere, on the other half, it's wintertime, and they are probably going, give us back our temperatures. You don't deserve them. I was not here yesterday. I just got wind of it today. Yep, no worries, Duchess. All good. So, hey, all right. So we said hi to everybody, and glad everybody is in town. Wonky donkey, you need to put the exclamation, the word weather, and then space, and then the name of the town that you want to bring up. So that's how that would work. Anyway, yeah, I don't have anything really to throw out here as far as new stuff for Mount Etna. We'll go over there and kind of look at the lights in the dark, and that's it. We see a star shining up in the central areas there. Let me get on that screen so I can actually point to it. And oh, I guess I gotta fix it. It doesn't want to point. Why does it not want to point? I know why, because I turned the mouse off. There. Okay, so one little star up top. We know Mount Etna is in there, but we can't see it. And there wasn't a heck of a lot happening today. I haven't heard of any changes. I was watching some of the video earlier there from there, and it was cloudy for the most part. Everything was hiding in the clouds, so you couldn't really see anything. And I thought, well, there's no sense in making any kind of a video because it just doesn't work, right? We can't see anything. So that's kind of what we're looking at. And unfortunately, not much we can do about it. So I'm going to leave it be. And we know it's just a little bit calmer today than it was yesterday, and it really isn't doing anything. So Mount Etna, quiet for the moment, and starting to dwindle time-wise. Let's pop over to our next guy here, and of course that is in Iceland, and that's our wonderful Ragnar. And of course, it is 23:08 there, so we're going to back up a little bit, a couple of hours, just to see what it looks like, and see a little bit more light on it. There we go. Still see it off-gassing, or we can see the ripples of heat coming out of there. I did look earlier. We did see some more steam and smoke coming off in some areas, just not visible right now. I'm just trying to find where that was. That might have been way back in time. But you know, it really, this is what, about 8 hours ago, 9 hours ago, that's what we were seeing. And that is actually pretty cool, pretty awesome to just kind of watch it. Now, we mentioned earlier about a video that I watched there, and Sue had sent me the link, and I'm actually going to pop that in here now, and you guys can always go have a look at it. It is about Ragnar, but this was back when it was still active, and it was the way a good look into the crater when it was filling. So I'm gonna pop that on there for you guys. I can't show it myself because she just sent that to me. I don't have permission to show it, but there's the link if you guys wanted to have a look at it, and you can always bookmark that for later and have a peek. It is probably worthwhile. I liked it, so pretty cool, and thanks, Sue, and that'd be awesome. Let's see what else we got going on here. Well, other than it off-gassing and doing its thing, we can see the locations where that heat is rising, and it looks pretty cool seeing that. I'm surprised that we're still seeing a lot of that. That lava bed underneath there, definitely it would still be hot, and without a doubt we're going to see probably a fumarole state like this for another year to come. So unless we have more eruptions, then the clock gets reset to 0, and it'll start all over again. But that's it for right now from there. I just wanted to kind of peek at it, and there we're back about 11 hours and 45 minutes, and brings us back to 11:26 a.m. Iceland time, and that is kind of what it looked like. So not bad. I like it. Anyway, we'll put that back to live, so you can see how much darker it is there, and you notice it's very, very foggy, and the clouds rolled in and did us in. Quick peek over at, that didn't work well. There we go. Quick peek at Reykjavik, the capital city, and there improved the quality a bit, and you can see it. It's there, not quite as cloudy. Well, low-level clouds, no fog or anything like that. The clouds are definitely higher in that area. And that's basically it for there. Let's have a peek at the harmonic tremor chart and go from there and see what we've got going on. And I want to fix that while I'm here. And there. Okay. All right. Harmonic tremor chart. Let's get onto that one. There we go. First thing we notice is quite a good spike right here. And looking at that, that's 1, 2, 3, 4 ticks in, so that's about 8 hours into the day. That would be roughly around 8 a.m.-ish is when we would see that. I'm going to refresh this because it's not quite up to date. There we go. And we do see the other spikes in here, some smaller ones. So we know we've had some other tectonic action. Things are rumbling underneath. And not sure if it's on an increase down here or just leveling out. But this looked like it was going up. And I don't know if it's going to go back down or what it's going to do here. We do see this short rise and drop again. So I'm thinking we may see more of that zigzagging going on. So anyway, that one about 8 a.m.-ish for that larger spike, and we'll take a look and see what it looks like on the Grindavik chart. See if that one has a big spike, and oh yeah, right off the top. So yeah, it would definitely be closer to Grindavik, and the other ones here are showing less activity, which is kind of interesting. But yep, whatever that quake was, it is definitely closer to the Grindavik sensor, and that is pretty cool. Yeah, 5.9 earthquake up near Svalbard, and that is correct. We're going to get to that. I don't think that's from that quake, though. I don't believe so. But we'll find out the time of that one, and that would be pretty interesting. Anyway, let's head over to the earthquake maps, and we will see what we've got there. So I think we found our culprit already. Anyway, I'm betting it's this guy here. So that is what we're seeing. Pardon me. Let's start out in the top here. Not a heck of a lot going on. We do see a couple of little guys in strange new locations, so let's grab them. This 1.1 right here is from yesterday at 2004, 11.3 kilometers down. There was another one over here somewhere, and we'll find it. There it is, and that might be, yeah, 1.2, and that was from today, 4:08 a.m., 6.9 kilometers down for that 1.2. And do we see anything else further out? No, not on this particular map, and that's what we're seeing there. Going down into our Asja area, I don't see any quakes indicated here on this map, or anything on Bardabunga or Grimsvatn. When we slide down, we do see one little guy here at Ketla, and that is a 1.1, and it's basically a surface quake. That was from yesterday, 2206. Would likely be ice movement, and I don't think we need to worry about that one. And let's pop in, see what this guy is doing out here. That might be from yesterday as well. It is 2209, and happened 8.9 kilometers down. I am Duchess. I'm just reading what you've got there, and that would be interesting. We'll see if we can get a hold of him. He's been elsewhere lately, so I don't know. I thought he was over in the Ukraine. I don't know if he's still there or not. Anyway, looking at this 1.1 here, today at 1440, and 3.9 kilometers down, 1.1 in magnitude, kind of out in the middle of nowhere. That makes very little sense, but hey, that's okay. Looking at this guy, 1.8, and that is 5.3 kilometers down, 2236 yesterday, and that's what we've got there. And what else do we see? We've got a little tiny one over here, 1.7, and that is 3.6 kilometers down today at 1519. And neat looking lake. All right, it's a pork chop lake, kind of, sort of. Zooming in on these little guys right here, we got two of them, 1.9, and we'll take a look at that one. 7:03 this morning, 3.5 kilometers down, and 1.5, 2.8 kilometers down from 6:57 a.m. Today. So that is very, very interesting. Hey, Silversmith, welcome. Glad to have you on board. And did I miss anyone else sneaking in here? Grandma B is here. Welcome, Grandma B. And who else snuck in the door that I didn't see? Okay, I don't see anybody else right now, but that's okay. If I didn't mention your name, I do apologize. I try to get everybody and say hi to everyone. So anyway, there we go. That's what's happening there. And let's zoom in. I know you all want me to look at the big one first. I'm going back over here. We're going to look at this guy. And this happened yesterday at 2104, and that was 4.4 kilometers down for that 1.2. Talk Air was going to take his drone over to the crater, but I got it got attacked by a bird a couple of days ago. I'm not sure if it's fixed yet. Darn it. You know, those birds, some of them are pretty vicious, and they don't like drones. I noticed that before, Henry. When I took my my bigger one out, it must make some kind of a noise or something. but that they don't care for, especially crows and stuff like that. They go for the big one, and that's my Mavic. What is it? Oh boy, it's not the Mavic Mini. It's the Mavic Zoom is what I've got, and it's a larger drone, right? And the only nice thing about having the larger drone is there's no way the bird can keep up to it, especially a blackbird or a crow. That thing is very, very fast. When you boogie with it, you're doing almost 80 kilometers an hour, and I'm sorry, the crow can't fly that fast. So, hey, I'm happy. Let's see. Somebody else snuck in here. Rico, I didn't see. Okay, well, I hope everybody, I've seen everybody. Sasha, no, where's welcome Rio or Rio? I didn't see the name Rio. That's interesting. Don't see that person. That's odd. Okay, maybe they have me blocked. Could be a possibility. Okay, anyway. Let's carry on. I want to look at this. This is our 2.8, 4.9 kilometers down, and happened 58 minutes after the hour. So after the midnight hour. So this is not the one that set us off. And what? It's a Tetris new nephew, Noodle. She has a nephew, a new nephew, Noodle. Okay. Wow. And the new nephew. Okay, my brother's a new baby, Dr. Fox. Okay, now I got it. But I don't think, Piggy, you shouldn't have called him a noodle. I don't think he's a noodle. That's his name. It's not Noodle. Oh, okay. Got it. All right. Oh, I know. I'm just teasing you guys. It's all right. And welcome to the world. Okay. Anyway, 1.4 here at the same time, 58 minutes after, and same depth of 4.4 kilometers down. So those ones are not in the right place to have that big sensor shake for both of ours here, and that really makes me wonder what is going on and why can't we see that particular quake that would have set that one off. And let's take another different look though from the other map, and there's a little bit of a different view. And this is interesting, you guys. You see how everything here all of a sudden is in a big line, and these are all roughly from the same time. Well, this is actually 8:24 a.m. That would be about the time our problem arose, and these are all at 8:24, 8:36, and these are all very small. So whatever shook it fairly well. 724 on that one, 721, and 707. Okay, this is neat. It's like a zipper, and this is the oldest one, 812. So this should be, no, 836. That's the oldest one. Yep. 824. So yeah, we've had some weird ones popping up in between here, and that is a neat little swarm. But I'm looking at the depths, and they're all about between 3 and 4 kilometers down. So lower end of 3 there. That one's a little deeper, 4 point something, 3.4. and the big one, of course, about almost 5 kilometers down. But that again, like I say, oh, hang on, this one, they're showing it at 6:58. How come on the other map they don't have it at the right time? Let me take a look again here. Yeah, they're saying that is at 0:58, not 6:58. I think that might be a typo. That may be a typo, and because that would make more sense. Yeah, as far as possible fissure opening up, that is possible. Although I can't see it opening this way, I would think it would open this way if it did. Going across like that is a little bit odd, but hey, you never know. It's the drilling rig move. Oh, wonky donkey did. Never mind, you guys. It's only the drilling rig. Let's see. This 0.98 here, 6:44 a.m. Same time era, and 5.2 kilometers down for that guy. And up here, real close to the power plant, 0.48, 4.3 kilometers down at 22 minutes after midnight. We do see a couple of other ones here. This one is fairly fresh. That's 7:01 a.m. 0.15, 6 kilometers down. And then he's got this guy 0.7 behind him, 6 kilometers down as well from just about midnight. And then this one here, 1:19 a.m., 0.14, 5 kilometers down basically. This one is a little deeper, and that one was from 3:36, 0.42, and 7.3 kilometers down on that guy. And of course, Ragnar is right there, and that is the interesting part. But yeah, this is kind of weird, and I'm glad we looked at both of them here to see how we had things going on. So yeah, it could be something breaking here, but it's still a little bit too deep down to cause an open fissure up top. That may be just something buckling. Who knows? Thank you for that 3-minute warning, Piggy. I got it, and that's all cool. And welcome, Judy McClelland. Glad to have you on board. And good. So yeah, that's what we're seeing anyway. And we do have a little bit of activity out by Ragnar. We also do see this guy here. That's from 3:04 a.m. 1.2, 4.3 kilometers down, and then this little guy here from 4:02 a.m. and that guy was 4.559 kilometers down for that 0.22, so very small. Anyway, that kind of gives you a pretty good idea of what's going on. Hey, they got a 2.5 out here in the water I never seen, and that is at 12:09, and that could have been part of the problem too. That's all in that same time era, so pretty interesting. And 2.5, 5.1 kilometers down. Are we missing anything else other than the one over here, the Astja, 0.21, and 4.7 kilometers down from 825. Really not too much else. A little bit more of a swarm up there of small stuff, so we'll leave those be. And I think that explains what has happened there. Zooming out, of course, they don't show the other quakes that were out in the open. I can pop over there real quick. We're going to have a really fast look before I go on break. I know that darn poppet is going to come and get me. And I just wanted to show you where that other quake was. And that is out here, 5.9, way up in the top of the map, you guys. So remember, I was thinking we were going to see something down here, but it popped up here. So I'm still expecting something down here now, especially since we've had that guy there. There will be something shaking or moving on or before the corner here. So we'll see what happens. Oh, Fluffy is released too. I'm getting you guys. That's it. I'm going. Don't you worry. For those good people that are here, if you have not yet hit the like button, please do consider doing that. Also, if you are new and enjoying the stream and you haven't subscribed yet, by all means hit that subscribe button. And on that friendly note, I'm your host, DrFox2000, here in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. I'm going to take a 5-minute break and enjoy the lava. This is from October 24th of last year, and that is pretty cool stuff. Cumbre Vieja in La Palma in the Canary Islands. So I'll be back in 5. Keep smiling and be good, play nice, and don't try to catch the lava balls, you guys. That's not good for you. All right, I'll be back. And yes, the microphone is back on. Welcome or welcome back, everyone. And I see some people are popping in and popping right back out. Debbie Brandy, or Brady? Debbie Brady, sorry. Welcome and have a good day. See you later. Fluffy needs a Nightbot command. Something like a Fluffy and Poppet are loose running for the hills. Oh my god, really? That sounds horrible. Alright, we'll work on that later on, and we'll see. And the Kraken of Holland. Fluffy. Alright, I guess that's the way it is. It's gonna be cool. Okay, let's carry on, and thanks Grandma B for the welcome back, same as Sue. You guys are awesome, so real cool. And let's carry on, take a look at other places around the world where we have these wonderful volcanoes. And I'm gonna use my magic and stop that one. Boy, that is nice, having the ability to stop a volcano. Anyway, there we are. Boy, it turned foggy. Oh boy. Yep, that is the Azores, and it turned really foggy there. I was going to actually show you a picture from earlier there, just as the sun sets there. They've got actually pretty neat lights on the streets, and I thought I'd share that with you real quick. I don't know if you can see it. I don't want to use my crayons, but obviously you can see where the harbor is, and then the roads are lit up with lights on either side of it, and that is pretty cool. And I think that's kind of neat looking. I figured I'd share that shot with you guys. I thought that was kind of nice to be able to see that. Maybe I can get my mouse pointing at it for those people who aren't seeing it. So, yeah, you see the lines? That's pretty cool, from all the way over here right down to this little area there. So, yeah, kind of neat. And different, definitely different. And no, that wasn't a rabbit. It really wasn't, guys. And those aren't rabbit ears. And really, it wasn't a rabbit. I didn't make a rabbit. And cottontail. No, that's not a rabbit. Got to give him more of a nose. Never mind. Okay, I will stop doing that. I am not an artiste, alright? Let's leave it at that. We'll get rid of that picture and hide that. There we go. The evidence is gone. Nobody will know. And we will take a look at the next one. And that, of course, is our little cove. And we can see that we do have some white water in there. I've seen some pretty big waves. I was looking earlier, and it is actually pretty rough out there in the ocean. Very bright lights, so we can't really see anything there. That's over at the other harbor. Let's pop over and have a quick peek, and we'll make that a little bigger. There we go. And see what our two earthquakes are doing. And there is a 1.5 from 8:49 a.m. And then the other quake is also a 1.5 from 1420. And I don't know. And that's not a lot of earthquake activity. Let's take a look at what we've got on this particular map. I'm going to refresh it, and there's some extra stuff that we didn't see. And let's zoom in a little bit and just confirm our two are here. And they're showing 1.5 9 hours ago, 1.5 15 hours ago. And that, of course, is São George Island. And for those who aren't familiar with the Azores, that's the mid-Atlantic ridge here. Pico Island, Fayal Island, and I'm not sure the other ones. I think this is Miguel Island. I'm not 100% sure, but we had this other one here, 2.0, 10 hours ago. And then back here in this submerged crater 17 hours ago, 2.0. And that is kind of interesting. If we zoom it out, there you can see all of them in one shot. And let's go down here and just have a quick peek. So we do see the 1.5 here right at the surface. The 2.0 is 10 kilometers down. The other 1.5 also at the surface, and the other 2.0 also 10 kilometers down. So that's pretty awesome. And hey, my chart came up for once all by itself, or wow, with me clicking on it in the right order. That is awesome. Here's our two down at 10 kilometer mark. Here's our two little 1.5s up top, and that is what we see in the Azores. Welcome, Scott Hartman. Good to have you on board, and also aloha to Kathy. Also glad to have you here. And let's see, did I miss anyone else? We see Lucas Snow was here. Good to see you. And I think that is good for names right now. In case I missed anyone, I do welcome you. Just don't see your name right now. So all good. Anyway, that's what we're seeing out at the Azores in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. And of course, when we zoom it out, that gives you a better perspective as to where we are. Right there, there's Portugal and Spain, England, Ireland, and of course US and Canada. And they're right here along the mid-Atlantic ridge. And that is a pretty awesome, a rough location, though. You know, it's basically three tectonic plates here. You've got the North American plate, you've got the Eurasian plate, and you've got the African plate. And that is kind of the juncture where all three of them are meeting and being pushed apart. So kind of neat. And yeah, if you ever want to see a big volcano pop up, this could be a place. And the other thing too, what could have happened is we could have had our Atlantis out here, and the whole plates could have just shifted and slid apart, and Atlantis slid down and disappeared. I'm kidding. It wouldn't be there. Atlantis was in Africa. I'm kidding again. But you never know. We're unsure of these things. All right, let's carry on and see what else we've got. Let's look at this guy here. And I think we are all familiar with him. And I found out they changed their name from their Weather Mexico, or whatever it was, to Webcams MX is what it is now. So if you guys want to watch that, by the way, don't pay any attention to that guy, Nick Zentner. He's just a geologist. Ignore him. I watch a lot of his videos. It's pretty interesting stuff. And he, of course, talks a lot about the Baja California, or as they call it, Baja BC, which is actually old Mexican land that kind of slid up the coast and moved inland and joined up with the North American plate, and literally became what they refer to as Baja, British Columbia. And it's kind of neat. That happened a few million years ago, though, so I wasn't around for that. Anyway, looking at Popocatépetl, I'm happy to see it is out of the clouds a little bit. It was not as good earlier today, but we can see that it is there. Most of the snow has melted off of it again, which is pretty cool. I did back it up just a little bit here. It's 6:47 is the time there right now. So not bad looking. Here's the other shot, and we can see a little bit of off-gassing happening from it, but not that much right now. And that's okay. We won't worry about it. And moving on, here's the other angle, other side. A lot more snow on this side, and definitely noticeable. And that's probably the northern side that didn't get hit with the sunshine as much. So that is what we're seeing at Popocatépetl in Mexico, and we will carry on. And there is Fuego de Colima, and or El Volcán de Colima, depending on what you want to use. And if we back up about an hour or so, we can see that it is there. It is doing its thing, and it's kind of being quiet as usual. Didn't see anything coming off of it. Even 5.5 hours ago, it was quiet, and then going back a little further, this is about 9 hours ago. 9 hours ago, you could see that there was a little puff of smoke up here in the top of the crater. So we do have some heat there, and just not sure what all is happening. And that is pretty cool. So again, that is Fuego de Colima, and that is south of Guadalajara, Mexico. And not to be confused with the next volcano that we're showing, which is a Fuego as well, but that is a different Fuego, and that is down in Guatemala, if we can see it at all. It's in the clouds in Guatemala. We know it's there. We've seen it before a couple of times on occasion, and I'm looking. I thought we were able to see it for a little while. Oh yeah, there it is. It was a very little that we could see it. I had to go back quite a ways, almost to 8 a.m. That is about just about 10 hours ago. And there it is. There is your wonderful Fuego, and that is down in Guatemala. So pretty cool. And we will go a little further south, and we will have a look. Yeah, that's the present picture of Fuego. Very cloudy there. And I changed the pictures here. This is Tolica. Unfortunately, it is not the camera that's over here taking the close-up shot, but at least it is a picture of Tolica that is more current than the one from the 9th they were stuck on with the other camera. And hopefully that is okay for you guys. Can't really tell if it's off-gassing or not. It looks, I don't know if that's coming out of there, or if it's that's just passing by as far as clouds are concerned. That one does pop out in bursts, so it's hard to tell. And this is actually a very, very nice looking, and this is a Mombo Tombo. Mombo Tombo is beautiful, and that is a classic volcano look. You can see the beautiful caldera at the top here, and that is awesome, and a very nice volcano shape. And that, of course, is today's picture of Momotombo. Momotombo. Gotta love it. Nicaragua is where that is. And let's pop on to the next one, and this is a Messiah volcano, and Messiah is also in Nicaragua, and that was from earlier today, 5:50 p.m. Their time. Beautiful view, and we can see the caldera up here, and of course it's off gassing fairly heavily, which is pretty cool. I like it. And good morning to Leo Carlson from Melbourne, Australia. Welcome, Leo. Glad to have you on board. And we're going to try that one later. Let's go over to this one in the meantime, and we will get back to Merapi shortly. I will see if I can get that to play at Merapi. Anyway, while you're looking at that, and my mouse is in the way, up on the top left, you've got Luolatok, and it is continuing to off gas and do its thing. And then down in the bottom left, you've got Semeru, which has got way too much cloud on it, and we can't tell what it's doing right now, unfortunately. And then when we take a look at bottom right, that is Awu, and Awu is being quiet. So Awu not doing a heck of a lot, but I want to kind of bring your attention to up here, Krakatoa, or Krakatoa, however you want to say it, son of Krakatoa. And we will back up so you can see that it definitely had some interesting fire going on, and that's back about 3 hours. You can definitely tell it was erupting. There is no question about it. Quite a bit of lava actually visible there even from a distance. We're seeing a fair amount. Going back a little bit more in time, and just to see. Unfortunately, the weather was a little bit bad. We couldn't see anything there, but we can see Luolatok had a nice lit up plume coming out of it. So that is pretty awesome. And about 5 hours ago, we had better visibility out at Krakatoa, and you can certainly see a lot better there. Let's see if we can improve that. 720, yeah, it's not the greatest. But wow, hey, Wonky, Trevor Wonky Donkey for a Fluffy slash a Poppet ankle protection fund. Holy mackerel. Okay, that was lightning, and you can actually see how much that volcano is actually doing its thing. I gotta write this Wonky. Boy, he's got such a long name. It's going to take me a whole pen to write all that out. Trevor. And yeah, I put a 2 pound, 89 or 98. So 2 pound 98. There we go. And just making a note here. That is ankle protection. Ankle protect. Okay. Is that like snake boots? Almost. Anyway, looking at that though, I'm going to see if we can make that a little bit bigger. I'm just going to grab that and see if we can just see it a little bit better for you guys here. We'll do a capture and make it larger. Do a capture and make it larger. There we go. Okay, that helps a little bit, and you can see that there is more eruptive material happening there. So it looks like almost 3 different spots that are lit up at Krakatoa, and that is kind of awesome to see. So hopefully that will be good. Oh, hiss. Snake boots, darn it. Anyway, 3 minutes till Kraken released. Uh-oh. Careful, I've got a hot volcano on my hands here. So that, of course, Krakatoa, you can see it is throwing out a lot more material. Even if we back up a little bit more and see there, that was earlier. That is at just 20 or 40 minutes after midnight at their time. So Krakatoa has been active, and if we go back another hour or two just to take a look, there we go at 11 minutes after 11 p.m. their time. That is what it looked like. So it continued to do that, and that is pretty awesome. And we'll get rid of that guy. And of course, at that point in time, you also seen Luolatok was still continuing to off gas, and we can actually see stars there. So pretty awesome. But yeah, the big thing is looking there, we see Krakatoa is active and definitely doing what it's supposed to. All right, let's take a quick look and see if I can find our Merapi, or if it timed out again. I think it may have timed out again. Oh, I'm on the wrong one. There it is. Oh, it's buffering. That is nice. Oh boy, how do we get that to stop buffering? I know we can go back in time, and maybe that'll show something. Boy, going back in time didn't show much either. It was, yeah, I'm going back in time looking here, and thank you, Kevin Haynes, for that wonderful $5 super chat. That is awesome. Kevin Haynes. Thank you kindly, Kevin. And $5. There we go. That is awesome. Okay, thanks, Kevin. I appreciate it. And yeah, I was just looking at what we were seeing there, and we really don't have any good views of Merapi today. So we're going to leave Merapi off the list and not worry about it. I'm sure it's still doing what it was doing before. Hey, I turned that off. There we go. And we'll put this wonderful volcano on here. And of course, that is our Cumbre Vieja in La Palma. And this is from last year, from last October. And so I'm going to leave that on during the break. And Fluffy is loose too, so I gotta hurry. You guys, if you haven't hit that like button, save me. Hit that like button. That's the easiest way to keep them varmints from getting me. And also, if you haven't subscribed, that'll help too. So that'll be awesome. Okay, you guys, I'm your host, DrFox2000, here in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. I am going to take a 5-minute break. When I come back from my break, we will take a look at some bacon seeds. So keep smiling, be nice, and don't play with the lava. It's really, really hot. All right, I'll be back. right, there we go. I've got the microphone back on. And welcome back, everyone. I'm your host, DrFox2000, and you're watching VolcanoX live stream. What's on the screen, of course, is from Cumbre Vieja volcano from last year. That was October 24th is when that was happening, and that is pretty awesome. Thank you for the welcome backs to Kate and Leo and Gura, and welcome Gura, hi, and also Leo, good to have you on board, and a re-hi to Klaus since he came back, and Kananaska's country is in here as well, good to see you. And I heard about a storm down there around Medicine Hat area. I don't know if that is affecting you in any way, shape, or form, Kananaskis. Hopefully it isn't. Anyway, thanks also to Sue, and be back soon from Arizona Snowman. Okay, no worries. And thanks Kevin, and Sharon, of course, says, I can hear you. Okay. Cool, and that is awesome. We need to cool down from the heat last week. Okay, hopefully a little bit, mostly staying in Alberta. All right, and I did look at some of those storm forecasts. There were lots all over the place. Southern Alberta, of course, was the one area, but also Manitoba and Northern Ontario were pretty much all covered with red as far as the areas that could be affected by storms from the heat. So that's probably where most of it is going. And they did predict that we were supposed to have rain. Well, the weather guessers are always a little bit off. They said this morning that we're supposed to have rain from 10 to 11, and then they decided to change their minds because, gee, it's clear skies. How do you get rain out of clear skies? And then they put it from 1 to 2 that we were going to have severe thunderstorms. And, well, I didn't see that either. And I don't know. I'm not too happy with the weather guessers. They're not very accurate as far as I'm concerned, and that is for most of them, so pretty good. Ottawa, 22 degrees. Hey, that's not too bad. Yeah, that's actually not bad there at all at that temperature. Anyway, I did promise bacon seeds, so I'm using some magic. We'll stop that volcano right there, and we will head over and go find our bacon seeds. And of course, this is from yesterday. That's our last one where we left off. Predicting a -1C here for tonight, Burr, and I'm working at nights. Oh my God, Leo, wear your long johns. And if you ever need Arctic gear, just let us know. Canada has a lot of it. We're really famous for that stuff. We can predict a good storm, though, Doc. Yeah. We can predict good storms too. Anyway, let's. Today we're going to the bacon seed factory. So let's go to the bacon seed factory and look and see what it looks like. And there we go. And of course, these are very, very young, newborn type bacon seeds. And the bottom two there, you probably noticed they got their feet taped up. And I think they probably have a little bit of a problem with their toes. And I remember people doing that before, that they do that. The toes get really sharp, and if they claw at anything, they'll cut things open with them, so they tape them up, and that's kind of what they do there. But these guys have not yet opened their eyes, so that's how young they are. They're very, very small little bacon seeds, and definitely snoozing away though, and that is what they've got. Next ones, these guys are awake, and they're in a different pen. And again, this is the bacon seed factory, so this is where they're made. And we see these guys are looking at it. I notice their ears aren't up as high and floppy and collected as the other guys, so I don't know. They're kind of leery of that camera, I think. But we do see 5 of them in there, and they are awesome. Next, bacon seeds, and these ones are over in that bacon seed factory too, and they look a little shy. The one in the background though is smiling, so that's always nice to see. And we will carry on and get to our next wonderful bacon seeds. And there we go. Holy mackerel! And that is one herd of bacon seeds. Okay, quick. How many is in there? All right, come on, count. All right, that's long enough. Now tell me how many there were in that picture. As I move to the next picture. I know you're gonna cheat. Stop and go back and count. No, not 2 dozen. Oh, Kevin, ta-da! Kevin Haynes got it. 17 little piggies, and that is pretty good. No, there should be 17 there. The little ones. There might be a bigger one there. Let's see if that is actually there. Well, if you're counting the big one, yeah, that would be 18 in total, but definitely 17. So that's what I'm seeing. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 17 plus the mama. Yep, that's what we got. Anyway, that is pretty awesome. Here's their feeder, and of course, these guys are all chowing down, and that is pretty good. Yep, Kathy, 17 piggies with Mama in the picture as well, makes 18. And hey, this little black and white one here is a little odd, but yep, they're getting fed piggy food, and yummy, yummy. They'll keep eating that stuff. And one more bacon seed to go, and of course this is the best one of the lot here anyway, and that is baby giving mama a kiss, or mama giving baby a kiss, one of the two. It looks like baby's giving mama a kiss, and that is pretty nice, and we like it, you guys. Cow pig, yeah. I love this one. Yeah, I think it's cute, piggy, and definitely the little one. And you know, the little one's not being kept away from the mama. It's just the little one can crawl underneath that rating or grating very easily. I think they keep the mama away to stop it from squishing the little ones. And hopefully that is what that's for. Anyway, fruit flies bugging you. I almost hit my nose. Kathy, don't do that. That could be dangerous. And fruit flies the size of a no-see-um, and boy, are they notorious. Here in Alberta, actually, it was... I might have told this story before. We were down in what they call the Badlands down south, past Brooks, in what they call the Hoodoo Hills. Anyway, they got a bridge, a walkway, swinging bridge going over the river down there. And anyway, got out of the vehicle in the parking lot, and it was very hot, so top of my head was sweaty. And it wasn't 30 seconds that I had probably about 500 of these little no-see-ums try to get onto my head because they're licking off the salt. And I'll tell you that I don't usually wear a cap or a hat, I did have a big sun hat that I put on and kept it that way, so pretty crazy. And those things, they're irritating. I will tell you, they are very, very irritating on a bald head. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's carry on with our other wonderful volcanoes. And of course, the one that we've been hearing a lot about as of the last day or so is what people were not familiar with, and that is, we did show it yesterday, the eruption at Sakurajima, and it was definitely erupting. Our salty fellow. Hey, they automatically land on there as soon as you're sweating. Your skin automatically puts out that salt, and that's what helps cool you down. And that's what they do. They dive bomb and get you. I've got this mental picture going. Okay, and now these things are very, very small, smaller than a fruit fly, and they're green. Okay, so the thing that you don't want to do is rub your hand on your head, because what you end up doing is you end up having green streaks all over the top of your head, and basically, you know what I'm saying. You don't want to be that guy. Anyway, that is pretty awesome. Okay, so there is Sakurajima, and we will go back in time a little bit here today, just to try to look and see. And we notice that the top of it is in the clouds, and kind of not allowing us to see what's going on there, unfortunately. And I would have really loved to see what was actually going on inside the crater, and unfortunately it's not to be. And even when we go back in the other close-up cam, you don't see a heck of a lot. Too close, actually, and at nighttime, no glow. I was looking for a glow there, and definitely don't see one. So putting that back on live, and that is what the crater looks like at present, and the clouds are just too intense, so we can't see that. I saw them laser Sakurajima 10 times to make it erupt when they wanted a few months back. Interesting, Kathy. We'll have to take a look at that. Anyway, popping over to the other one, of course, and the ice cream boat is not here, you guys. And why have we got such low quality? Come on, 1080 there. And the boat is way out there. So we'll have to come back for ice cream afterwards, but I see the one boat there. I don't know if it's left or coming back. We'll check it in a little while. And moving on to a little bit more central Japan, and of course that is Mount Fuji. And Mount Fuji too is hiding behind clouds, and some weird looking clouds out there today. Really kind of neat to see them just hang there, and that is wild. And let's see what we got here in this one. Come on, you can get back there. Oh sure, doesn't want to show up. Let's try there. Maybe. No. Okay, back to live. Yep, it'll do live. There we go. That's what I wanted. And there you can see that wonderful lenticular cloud that has built up, and that is pretty awesome. So pretty cool looking, you guys. And why is that buffering? That shouldn't be buffering. Anyway, that was earlier in the morning, and it started building up. So pretty cool. I'm going to put it back to live. There we have what the clouds look like right now. and they look mean, you guys. Mean looking clouds. We'll see what happens in the future. Next volcano, and that is ASO, and ASO is hiding in the clouds. I don't think it came out at all. I did check earlier and thought, okay, it's a wash. So no ASO, and that is unfortunate. But it's stuck in a cloud, you guys. Let's keep going here, and we'll go back down to the southern portions of the islands there in our wonderful Japan, and I'm going back about 4 hours and 18 minutes to be able to see it because we can't see anything otherwise. And that was 5:06 a.m. We do see a little bit of stuff rising here. I'm not sure if that is what's going on there right now, but that's that quick. It disappeared on us, and moving forward, we couldn't see a darn thing. So Suwanosi Jima, and that is live right now at 9:23 a.m. their time. Not able to see it at all, and that is unfortunate. So good night, Leo. Leo, are you heading to work? Okay, everyone. I have to go for now. Good night. All appreciate you all, and thank you, Dr. Fox and mods. Oink oink. No worries, Leo. Take care, and if you're working nights, stay safe and be good. And we'll catch you on tomorrow's show, we hope. So have a good night, and or a good day working, I guess. Let me see if our next one, Ta'al, is Ta'al working? Ta'al was working earlier. I don't know if it is now. And yep, I think it might be. Yes, it is. And let's go over and have a look at Ta'al volcano. There we go, in the Philippines. And because I wasn't watching it earlier, I have no idea if these clouds are separate issues or whatever they are. But that is our early morning fog that hasn't burned off yet. Hopefully most of that will dissipate as the day goes by, and the humidity level hopefully drops a bit, and that dissipates. We don't see anything major coming out of the volcano here, and all is quiet for right now. So Ta'al being good, I guess, for a little while. And let's pop around to the next one, and of course that is back to North America, and that is Yellowstone National Park. And right there we see some of the geysers venting, and this is pretty normal for that area of the world. And of course, if you are not familiar with Yellowstone National Park, you can bring up the site by typing in Yellowstone or Jellystone, and that will bring up the link for you, and you can have a look at this particular site. It does give you the maps and locations of all of the 500 plus vents that are there, and that many geysers. Yes, lots of them there, guys. Including, of course, the big ones and the ones that you can see from the camera views. So pretty cool site, and I don't think there's a directory for where the Sasquatches hide, but I'm sure you'll figure that out if you ever go there. So that's kind of what we've got going. And since that is there, let's pop over. I think I will pop over to Hawaii and have a quick peek. Cookie bite cereal I just spilled into my spoon drawer. How do I make such a big mess? Panic breakfast boo-boo. What? Panic basket boo-boo. Picnic basket boo-boo. Oh, I get it. Okay, never mind. All right. Panic. I'm reading panic. Picnic basket. Got it. And yeah, Yogi Bear. All right. I'm popping over though to Hawaii, and we'll have a look there, and we will revisit the other place soon. There we go. I'm better looking, and nice shot. I like that picture, you guys. That looks pretty awesome. That is Kilauea, and that is from yesterday at 1906, and that shows you how much lava was in the pond, and it was pretty close to a full, about a meter down from the top. I don't panic if the cereal went into my spoon drawer. Oh, okay. I would. No. I don't have cereal. I got rid of mine. I try not to have cereal. I don't like cereal. That means I have to get milk, and milk always goes bad on me. And I don't like sour milk. Ugh. Okay, anyway, that is what it looked like, and I thought that was a very nice picture. You can definitely see over here that smoke, a little bit of smoke coming out of there. We got this other stuff coming across here as well, but there's smoke coming out of this little crack here, and that is the top of the lava tube that feeds this thing, and it obviously feeds in this way, and you can kind of see some of those different patterns it has created. It looks pretty cool. I like it, and not sure how exactly it is feeding into the toe area anymore, since I'm seeing a kind of a light up point here and not really seeing where that tube might be. It could be right underneath here. We'll see. We'll see. Dolphin looking. Yeah, kind of, sort of. Let's refresh that. Take a look at current picture. And I don't know if the lava level has dropped any there or not, but it definitely looks a little lower as far as I can tell. And then now here we do see a spot here where it's kind of splashing up, and I'm wondering if that lava tube is a block or if it's gurgling or something, trying to put more lava into the toe area. But that is definitely changing on the surface here again. Also, notice this crack is increasing in size, and we do still see our other cracks along the edge here. So definitely some slumping going on for this area, dropping down a little bit, and kind of neat. And again, this, just to kind of mention this is actually, that area is probably about 4 meters thick, 5 meters thick, and you know, somewhere around 15 to 20 feet as far as the thickness of that hot, or well, that cooled down lava, and it has that really hot lava underneath it, and it's literally floating on there. So that is what we've got. Klaus says it's 2:30 in the night for me. Time to go to bed. Have a good time and goodbye. And guten Abend, Klaus. Guten Schlaf. And hopefully you'll be all right. Okay. Let's carry on with looking at the other pictures. And of course, I kind of had to refresh this one a little earlier here. But that was from 9:34 this morning, Hawaii time. There you can see the primary vent, and it definitely is smoking a bunch. And if you look in here, you can see those little plumes that were coming out of that lava tube, the venting for it. This little spot right there is another little hornito that is being fed by a lava tube, and then that lava tube feeds out into the pond area. Of course, as you can see, you look around, you can definitely notice that we have a higher raised area here in the middle, and then it looks like it's sloping down and almost another crack all the way around here, and then a lower again further out. So it's definitely a ski slope or lava slope, and you can definitely slide down there. This whole area in the center, of course, has risen up and is floating a little bit, which is really cool, really interesting, considering you have a Pig Island here floating as well. So pretty awesome, you guys. Anyway, that is what that one looks like. I'm popping over. This camera is still not fixed, and I'm just going to try it. Nope, definitely not working. This is the thermal from 9:28 a.m. and again, a primary vent here. You can't see the little hornito. It's very little, very difficult to see, but the lava tube feeds in into the pond here. This, since they have the issues, this camera is a little bit fuzzy, still not as sharp as it could be, but anyway, there's the toe. The lava in the toe doesn't look as fresh as the material out here in the pond. And that is kind of what we're seeing. Let's take a look at current picture, and it does look like there's actually a little bit more lava in there than the one from 9 this morning. And again, still hard to tell what's happening in the toe area, but definitely I see a little bit more lava in there. A primary vent here, and that little hornito, I don't know if you can see it right there. But we don't see lava in there today. Usually you see that little round disc full of lava. So that's what we've got, and let's leave that there. Fluffy is coming. I need to get off of here. Oh, Fluffy. Oh, no. Poppet and Fluffy are both going to get me. All right. I'm getting, it's break time, you guys, and I have to have my break, otherwise I'm going to get in trouble. And let's throw some music on here. For those good people who have not yet hit that like button, please help us out. It's the easiest, most economical, and best way to promote the stream, and give it a thumbs up. And of course, if you're new and you haven't subscribed yet, please do hit that subscribe button and turn it from red to gray. And then more cats coming out. Cat attack. Yikes. I'm gonna go hit that darn button, otherwise the cat's gonna kill me. I'll be back. I'm your host, DrFox2000, here in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. Don't go away, more to come. Okay, I hope that works. Is there sound? Boy. That happens. I thought I pulled that thing forward and I turned the sound up. So, okay, people saying welcome back. So I must be here. Thanks, Gura and Bob and Sue. Thank you guys. And I can hear you from Sharon and Sue both. 10-4. Okay, got it, Kathy. Excellent. All right, and so we were looking at Hawaii, and we were going to go pop over and have a look at the earthquakes. And while the other video is going to get stopped here for the time being, and we will look at that later. I kind of want to see that one. Anyway, first thing we noticed right off the bat, Hawaiian Islands. Of course, what we're seeing is there the whole batch of Hawaiian Islands and the big island of Hawaii. And first one we always notice is the red ones, and that is a 2.4, and that is 700 meters above sea level, well within Mauna Loa, and that is right there, basically straight underneath the top of Mauna Loa. That happened at 1821 is the time on that guy. So let's zoom in here and have a little bit of a look. And we see more quakes out here, and that is Luihi Seamound is just right there, and we do see a lot more quakes here. Very interesting. And this is the Pahala area. Let's change it so we can see the ocean, and there we go. So Luihi is right there. Technically, that's where the event was. But for us to see quakes out here is not unusual. It just tells us we've got more activity down underneath. So 3.0 right there from yesterday at 2300, 6.6 kilometers down. This guy is yesterday's as well, 2256, 7 kilometers down. This 2.6. Today's at 3:49 a.m. 7.3 kilometers down. This one 7.4 kilometers down at 2:01 a.m. and that is a 2.8, and 2.6 right there 10:02 in the morning, and 6.6 kilometers down. This other guy here 6 kilometers down, 6:54 a.m. on that 2.3. And then a 2.5 from 10:49, a little bit more shallow at 5.6 kilometers down. And that is interesting, and probably your new Hawaiian island in the future. If it doesn't add on to it, it will be a new one. Actually, I think we're going to get lots of lava from these, and they're going to fill that whole thing in, and this will just be an extension to the new continent of Hawaii. Anyway, let's zoom in here a little bit closer to Pahala, and put it back on the satellite view. There we have that 2.8, and that was from 3:35, and then we have a couple more on the edge of the land here. This one is a 2.2 from 9:29 a.m. The other one 2.0 from 12:17, almost in the identical spot. Then we have a 1.9 from yesterday at 22:08, and we have a 1.8 from today at 5:31 a.m. And then we have 2.6, and these quakes are a little bit bigger today. 2.6 from yesterday, 22:16. We have a 2.9 from today at 3:55. And then we have a 2.0 from yesterday at 2000. And then a 2.4 from today at 2:44 a.m. And that is, let's see, where are we here? Storm Chaser. Oh, welcome to the Lavaliers. Did you, I think you got nailed here by one of those extra things. And cool. All right. I think Storm Chaser, I don't know, is that, you weren't green before, were you? Is that one of those freebies for 1 month? That would probably be what it is. If you didn't do that on your own, that'd be awesome. Anyway, because there were still some outstanding from yesterday when that purchase was made by Sharon Stewart. So she had purchased 10. So. Much better. Okay, oink oink. Okay, cool. And anyway, looking at what we've got there, where was I? 2.4, 2:44 a.m. on that guy. This 2.5, 15:03 today, and that takes care of that side. Let's have a look at this one. 2.0 from 13:37. 1.8 from yesterday at 20:26, 2.0 from yesterday at 21:41, and then we have this guy here, yesterday's as well, as 1926 for that 1.9, then a 2.5 this morning from 6:04 a.m. and that is from 2.5, 6:04 a.m. Okay, all of these are between 29 and about 36 kilometers down. That's why I didn't mention the depths at all, and that's what we've got in that area. Sliding back up here just to double check on Mauna Loa, and whoop, I zoomed out a little too far. Mauna Loa only had that guy up on top, and that was the 2.4 from 1821, and that is pretty cool. Hey, Storm Chaser throws in a 5-pound super chat. Awesome, Storm Chaser. Storm Chaser, that is very kind of you, sir. And let's get that in here. 5 pounds. Thank you kindly. I do appreciate that support. Thanks a lot, Storm Chaser 1211. Anyway, that is it for Hawaii, and a lot of action happening there. I'm going to close that little sidebar, and we'll zoom out a little bit. And so the next thing, of course, we look for are the red ones other than Hawaii, and we see one over here in Central America. El Salvador had a 4.4, 10 kilometers down, happened at 1810, and that was the time on that. Not too many new quakes here. We do have a 4.4 in Argentina, and if we zoom in on these areas here, we do see another one here, 4.2, Dominica, and that is what it's close to, and that's what we're seeing. There's the other one in El Salvador, that is very close, happened at 3:20 a.m. So they're probably related. And then we have this 4.6 down here in Mexico. That is about 19.8 kilometers down from 7:22 today. Another one here in Texas, 3.3 today from 11:59 or almost noon. And that is interesting that we keep getting them there. Kind of odd, but don't know what the heck is going on. Up here, right at the end of the Aleutian Islands, we are seeing this 4.4, and that is not too far away from the Kamchatka Peninsula, but that is at the end of the Aleutian Islands. Pretty cool, and not seeing anything over here in our New Zealand area, or Tonga, or Fiji, or any of those areas. We do have this one here, Papua New Guinea, 4.5, 182 kilometers down, happened yesterday at 20:02, and then this guy here, 4.8, Indonesia, from yesterday as well at 20:54. And remember, I was saying that one of these quakes here would have woken up and our Krakatoa. I don't think it was that one. It might have been a different one. Anyway, this one here is 1:03 a.m. Their time, 29.8 kilometers down for that 4.4. So really not that much going on there. Numbers are still about 150 lower than we normally get during the course of a week. So our earthquake count is down for the week. We're only sitting at 2,092, and usually we're sitting at about 2,250. Anyway, seeing 4.6 here, Philippines, and that is kind of there, not doing a heck of a lot. Newer things up here in where Afghanistan, where we have our upheaval from our Indian plate, of course, pushing under the Eurasian plate, and then we also have a couple more here that are a fair size, 5.1 in Afghanistan. That is at 6:22 a.m. The other one here at 13:23, and they're showing 10 kilometers down. This one at 206 kilometers down from the one that was at 8:38. I see he's got a buddy underneath him there, 4.3. Also 209 kilometers down, so same area. I bet you this older one was probably there too, 200 kilometers down, yeah. So they're all playing in the same zone, and we do see this one 4.0 out here in Iran, and that happened at 2:04 a.m., and that's all we see. Now, the other one that was of interest, of course, is that 5.9 up here near Svalbard and Jan Mayen, and that is an interesting area up there. And of course, I don't think that's going to create any major tsunamis or anything, because that's kind of splitting apart there, and of course a Eurasian plate, North American plate, and they shall separate. So that's what we're seeing up there. Let's pop over to our wonderful Canary Islands, and did speak with Yvonne earlier, and she reports 28 degrees Celsius at the beach while she was there. And I am going to actually refresh this. I should have done that first. There we go. All right, so we do see the latest one was over here on Gran Canaria, and that was a 2.0 from 12:18 UTC. And we will zoom in to La Palma and see what we had today. And of course, there's the two quakes. So one right there, and that is 1.27 kilometers down from 1:57 a.m. and then 1.4 out in the water, and that is quite a ways out. 6 kilometers down at 2:28 a.m. and again 1.4 in magnitude, so nothing serious going on there, and I don't think we need to write home about it or worry about it. And of course this guy in the middle of everything, 3.6 from a couple of days back, not really disturbing anybody out there. Same thing with the little buddy of 2.3 from yesterday. So those are quiet as can be. Anyway, that is what we got. Oh, I see another one out here. 2.3 happened today at 4:59 a.m. UTC. So 3.2. That is a little bit more on the interesting side. 10 kilometers down on that guy. So like I say, usually we get them around this area here, but again, this doesn't really matter if it lands here. And again, I want to kind of emphasize what we've got. If we click on that, yeah, it'll bring it there. So the mid-Atlantic ridge, of course, is way over, but that is one of the islands there. Your Azores are right there. It's hard to align this thing up. It doesn't want to allow me to. Yeah, anyway, so what you're looking at on the top side here, Eurasian plate, bottom side is the African plate, and that divide is in here, and then goes right in to there, and moves into the Mediterranean. So pretty awesome. Looking at our map here of volcanoes around the world, we'll refresh that real quick so we don't get any surprises. And other than more ads, they've figured out how to put more ads on there without causing more things to go wrong, right? Anyway, standard stuff. Iceland only showing Astja, and St. George, of course, only showing that in a yellow. Microvolcano down here, South Sandwich Island, still doing its thing, and Erebus way down on the bottom here in Antarctica, and Erebus still showing red. And of course, we have the rest of our standard stuff going around. The Ring of Fire, really, I don't need to address them very much. They are pretty normal. There's nothing weird going on. We don't have anything in Mexico showing, or sorry, New Zealand. Mexico is over here. Wrong part of the world, wrong hemisphere, wrong continent, everything. That's not even a continent. Holy mackerel. Anyway, going around, everything is pretty straightforward. 15 minutes ago, 4.0 in Japan. Hopefully that didn't bother anybody too much. African volcanoes still the same. And of course, if we zoom in here, Etna, Volcano, Stromboli, and Campi. And then if you want to look, Mount Vesuvius is right there in Italy as well. So pretty awesome, and we're not seeing a heck of a lot. And then of course, popping up, we do see our wonderful Astja showing there. Okay, we'll leave that guy be, and I zoomed out a little bit too far, and we'll pop over to our weather map real quick, and there we go. I'll refresh it real fast. Look, it's, oh, hang on, you can't see. I got to get to the weather map there. And look, they put down rain for earlier today. And Tuesday, we're supposed to get some rain too. Neat. Gonna refresh that, see if they still show rain showers. Apparently, yep, we're still, this morning, according to them, we had rain. Clear skies, but it rained. Anyway, looking at North America, looking pretty good. I'm not going to get into anything there. Looking down Central America, we see most of everything, including from Mexico. It's all coming out into the Pacific, and that is being drawn by that big storm that is sitting there and idling, doing its thing. Going down a little bit more, we see the currents had changed right around here in the Peruvian area, I guess, bottom of Peru, and decides to blow out over the South American continent and push it out into the Atlantic. We do see a little bit of a plume off of Michael Volcano down there. We do still see a plume coming from White Isle Volcano in New Zealand, even though it is a green. And Tofua out here in Tonga, and then of course it would be Yasur and his buddies here in Vanuatu, still pluming off a bunch of SO2. Down here, Melbourne, that is Leo Carlson's home, and of course I don't think that's his barbecue, but we'll blame him anyway. I know Leo's a heck of a nice guy, so I'm not going to blame him. It's oil refiners is what he mentioned, and then this here is because of the coking plants that are open pit mines for coal that they've got, and they do have coking plants there, causing some of that SO2 sliding over. And we do still see a lot of stuff coming out from the Papua New Guinea area, and going here, Luolatok, still cooking up a lot of stuff there. Semeru, Merapi, and Krakatoa doing their thing. Going up here, this would be from Ibu and Tukono doing that, and then Bulusan is making this little plume. And right here, I'm not sure, most of that I think is coming off of the city of Manila, and it doesn't look like it's actually coming from Taal volcano, which is right there. So that's kind of what we're seeing. Looking at what we see floating up, we do see these out here in the ocean, and those are probably volcanic in nature and off-gassing. I'm going to have to double check and see exactly what volcanoes those are. And then we see out here Taiwan is throwing out quite a bit, lots and lots of heavy SO2 in China, and North Korea is probably getting some of that Chinese stuff. Same thing with South Korea. And looking down here at the end of the Japanese islands, well, that's the end is down here, but that one is Suwanoshi-jima is creating that plume, and then you have more being added from Sakura-jima right there. Looking at the Kamchatka Peninsula, we do see that we've got Karimsky is throwing off quite a bit. As other friends like Chevalish and all the other guys here aren't quite as bad, so we'll leave it at that. Sliding over India, not looking as bad. South Africa, and boy, it's sending out a fishtail. Africa's doing a fishtail. There you go. And DR Congo, of course, that has coal mines and stuff there as well. Urta Ale would be in here, but very, very hidden because of the pollution coming from Saudi Arabia. And also moving over here, we do see Etna still throwing off a bunch of SO2. Not seeing that much of a plume coming from Stromboli or Volcano, and nothing from Campi at all. Looking at Europe, not too bad, and we do see some of that stuff that was from Africa was blowing up there as well. Because of the warmer temperatures, you're going to see higher levels of SO2, and that's what we are seeing in Germany and England and Poland and those wonderful places. So and Iceland, I'm wondering if they've got the smelters at the aluminum plant doing overtime. That's what's probably causing that. And that would be it for our SO2 report. Let's pop over and take a look at a quick look at temperatures throughout the world, and we'll make this fairly quick. Canada looking not bad at all, and here in the prairies a little bit warmer as usual, and seeing in northern Ontario some of those places pretty nasty temperatures, so but not as bad as what we have down in the United States. Texas hitting 39, 40, 41 degrees, depends on where you go. Arizona, wow. And I wonder, Death Valley, yeah, 46 degrees Celsius in Death Valley. That is plenty hot. Compared to Phoenix, hey, Oz, welcome. Glad to have you on board, Oz. And nice to see you. Anyway, there is 41 for Phoenix and 46 for Death Valley. Personally, I think either one would probably kill you. Pretty warm, and we see the lines here converging, and this is where that storm was. They were saying that we had a bad storm down around Medicine Hat area, and I wouldn't doubt it, and that looks like it's right there. So I hope it's not that bad in Swift Current, where KC is from, and that is Kananaskis country. That would be past him already. This would be the bad area. So Casey, you might want to look south of Moose Jaw and see how many twisters you got happening there. Hopefully not anything too bad. Anyway, I'm going to zoom back out and we'll carry on. We do see there's that wonderful storm right there. And it was in a little bit closer, but it did move away just a tiny bit from the coast. There is Hawaii. It, in comparison to where it was here yesterday, so it has moved north a little bit. And not sure what it's going to do in the future. Because of the amount of that downward push here, it's going to be fighting to get up any further north, or even maybe make it out to Hawaii. It needs to really get up there if it wants to go to Hawaii to be able to. Even if it did, it would slide down south of Hawaii. So pretty cool. DrFox2000 hugs, mate. Okay. Thanks, Oz. Appreciate the hugs. Hugs back. Even though I'm a Frofrox. That's even hard to say. Frofrox? Oh boy, let's not go there. Oh, punny stuff. Anyway, South America, not bad. Amazon holding its temperature fairly well, looking pretty cool. So not bad. Sliding. Don't want to bother with Chile and Chile, but looking here, say that 10 times fast. DrFox2000. Mocking fox. No, Sharon, that could really be dangerous. Okay. Anyway, looking at this high here, this is actually a good thing because that is causing a lot of that warmer air to circulate around and hit the North Island of New Zealand, and even push some into the southern island, warming it up substantially. And that's what we're seeing on the northern portions. But as soon as you get past that cutoff line, it gets cold again. So it's chilly, almost like Chile. And yeah, I can see why they were saying that maybe -2 tonight in Melbourne. And that is also what I think is going to happen here in Tasmania. And we see that big high there. It's not pulling enough of that warm air down. It's actually grabbing some of that cold air and bringing it back up. It is winter in Australia, so right now to see about 9 degrees Celsius in Melbourne is not unheard of. Sydney a little bit warmer, coming in at 13. And home of Oz, Oz has got about 16, 17 degrees Celsius. I have Fox fingers. Fox fring. Oh boy. That Oz, that could be hard to say too. Fox fingers. Oh boy. That's all funny. Anyway, we do see the northern portions of Australia a little bit warmer, which is really, really good in that sense. Looking at Perth, and pulling in about 10, 11, 12 degrees there today, so not as bad. And yeah, the warmer portions up here are nice to see, really awesome. Pretty normal through our Malaysian, Indonesian areas here, Philippine areas. Nothing too wild and unreasonable. Bangkok pulling in at 29 degrees today. and that is pretty awesome. 74% relative humidity, thanks to Queensland, the place to be. Ah, yes. Okay. Actually, I've been looking at that and going, yeah, if you want to be warmer, you want to be up north. Anyway, we do see that storm sitting out here in between, I guess it would be North Korea, South Korea, China, and Russia, and of course Japan. And that is drawing in a lot of air, probably pretty nasty weather in some of those areas, and possibly why we can't see ASO. And looking at the Kamchatka Peninsula, it's still holding some nice warm heat, and that is actually pretty awesome for there. Looking into Siberian areas, wow, some of the places are very, very warm, and that is absolutely nice to see. Okay, looking here, India pretty much normal. I see the heat has moved up and into this area. What is this? Kazakhstan, I think. Those areas up there are looking pretty much warmer though. Same thing with Iran, Iraq, very warm. And looking at Saudi Arabia, very, very warm as well. And then, of course, the Sahara Desert and the northern portions of Africa, very, very hot. Quick zoom in on Piggy's house. Now it's like 3 a.m. Her nighttime temperature, 26 degrees Celsius, a little bit too warm for nighttime. Sliding over to Sicily, and you are very close to the same temperatures there. So okay, Storm Chaser says, oh my god, 26.9 inside my house tonight. Yeah, it's 4:16 a.m. at Piggy's house with that temperature, and it should be cooled off by now, and there is no cooling off. That's the way it is. Even Italy is showing pretty warm. So back over to Spain. Yep, very hot times here in Spain as well. A little cooler out in Portugal, and of course I wouldn't be fair if we didn't look and see how horrible Yvonne's vacation is right now. Let's see if we can zoom in a little bit. And Tazacorte, 20 degrees Celsius. Oh, poor Yvonne. She's having a hard time on her vacation, enjoying 26 degrees, or 28 degrees during the day and 20 degrees at night. Yeah, that's a nice vacation place. Looking at France, wow, we got 28, 29 on the coast here, and that is pretty awesome, and fairly warm all the way through. Same thing with Germany, is holding quite a bit of heat, and also looking at Holland as well as Belgium, some awesome heat, and what everybody's complaining about, England being hot, 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 and some people are saying that it is, well, London is showing 24 degrees right now, and we are seeing Wales at anywhere from about 19 to 23 degrees. Even up here in Scotland, well, it's not that warm. Going over to Ireland, looking at that area where our wonderful Irish monk is from, and he's got about 17 degrees Celsius for nighttime temperatures now. Going up, looking at Sweden, not as bad. They are ranging from 15, 14 down to, well, if you go into the mountainous areas here, 5, but we're just looking at averages. Stockholm about 15 14 degrees, and not bad. Same thing with looking at Oslo, that is about 13 degrees, but the highlands, the mountain areas are very cool. Finland, not quite as bad. But yeah, that's unusual heat for England, and of course that is the wonderful Gulf Stream pushing up. Actually, it's not the Gulf Stream in this case, it's the Sahara that is pushing up some of that heat. And I think it's just the way the currents here are that allows that for it to come up. And then looking at what we have in Iceland, it's of course this low is twirling the right way, pulling some of that heat away from England and throwing it over onto Iceland. And we do see that they are pretty much normal, 9-10 degrees depending on where you're going. So that is pretty much it for the temperatures around the world. And we'll go over to precipitation real quick, and I want to look at this area here. Oh yeah, I see now where they say they have the issues here at Medicine Hat, and that is where it is. Kananaskis country, if you're watching this, pay attention. You've got a nasty storm to the northeast, or sorry, northwest of you, and you may not like that. Batten down the hatches, buddy. And looking at the rest of Canada real quick, seeing some storms up there in the Yukon and Northwest Territories, even over here a little bit in Nunavut. Alaska's got some rain as well. Coastal areas have rain down to about Vancouver Island, not too bad. We do see a storm here in Ontario, and that's not that bad. Looking at the eastern coast, Newfoundland getting some rain. We do have some storms here in the northeastern United States, as well as pretty much on the entire east coast, seeing some variable storms of sorts down here in Florida. Looks pretty nasty, some thunder and lightning. And we see this going from Alabama all the way up to, well, I guess you can technically call it up to the top here. I don't know if you want to break it off here and say Maryland or someplace like that as a stop line. Who knows? I call it one big system, and it goes all the way up into Canada. So that's what we see there. Out in the western portions, and not as bad. If you're in Montana, you might want to watch out for that as well. Looking at Colorado, Nevada, northern portions of Arizona, got some storms. There's that nasty storm off the coast, and that was sitting here, and it slid over there. Mexico, of course, still having its stuff sitting on top, and then sliding down here into Central America and top of South America. Portions of the Amazon rainforest, of course, being driven with that, and that's what we're seeing there. Looking at the bottom end of Chile, very chilly down here. This low being really squished and drawing everything in very quickly, and that is cold. I want to stay away from cold. And here's what's happening in New Zealand, and we do have that low here pulling all that stuff around, and that's helping to pull up some of that colder air that is coming from over here. Actually, this isn't too bad. It could be worse. If that high was down here and drawing that really cold air up, then you'd get a lot more freezing there. But not too bad. Looks like Brisbane is the place to be. Sydney's got some rain happening off the coast there. don't see anything over in Perth, and pretty good there. And I'm looking up here at Indonesia and Papua New Guinea. They've got some nasty storms around it. Even going New Caledonia, those areas. Same thing within the Philippines, pretty nasty. And going up, here's that stuff that we've seen in Japan. Wow, yeah, and it looks like they've got a pretty good storm happening there. And another shear front there, nothing up in the Kamchatka Peninsula. We do see this in our bridgeway here between the two continents, and that is circulating. I don't know if that's going to cause some snow up there. India, pretty normal, and Indian Ocean, kind of normal as well. A big high sitting down here. It's about the time of year where Madagascar starts to get hit with storms. And again, we see our normal stuff here in Central Africa, and our equatorial storm going across. Let's have a quick look here in the Mediterranean. I don't see any rain coming for a Piggy for a while, and she's out here on Kos, of course. And no rain happening in Italy or those areas. Tiny bit here in Spain, nothing in France, nothing in Germany, very little bit here in Poland, and no rain as per se. Well, we got a couple of little spots in England and Wales and Ireland as well, just very, very small spots. Looking at the southern end of Norway, and not bad. Most of Sweden looks pretty good, and you've got some showers here in Finland. Looking at this low, and boy, that's making a mess here, and that is what we're seeing off the coast, southern coast. Yeah. Making visibility and temperatures bad for them there in Iceland. And of course, right there you see snow, guys. That is what's happening there. Okay, and that would be Katla that is getting snowed upon. Anyway, I'll zoom out and take a look up here in the north. Greenland, north of Greenland, ice rain, and more ice rain up there. So even there, and that's about it. Fog, and looking at the southern hemisphere, trying to and there's my equatorial storm, by the way. It's still intact. So the big thing that is going to be interesting is going to be watching where this storm goes, and hopefully it won't head too far north. Hopefully it'll stay down in this area, and as it gets out a little bit more, it gets pushed down a little bit more. And this is going to be interesting, because if it goes too far north, it's going to lose some of its power, because it's being cut off from the shear that is happening here. So it would probably die if it moved up. It would probably die off pretty quick. Just me thinking that from what I'm seeing. Anyway, let's put it back on temperatures really quickly, and take a look and see if we can spot a very, very cold temperature in Antarctica. And I'm sure there is something very, very cold there. Sue already came up with minus 76 degrees Celsius, and I'm not seeing it yet. Minus 66, 67, 68. Yeah, I'm only getting about minus 69. Not sure where you're seeing the colder temps. Oh, 70, 71. Well, I guess you're the winner today if you found minus 76. I did only find minus 71, so yep, Sue, coldest temp I found minus 76 degrees. And again, you're really not going to notice the difference between minus 71 and minus 76, unfortunately. Anyway, I'm going to leave it as that, you guys, for today. Thank you all for being here. Yeah, Sharon, minus 76 wins. Minus 71 is the runner-up. Can I just, does that mean I get to have the hot chocolate? Oh, never mind. Okay. The first place was that you get to go on the snowmobile ride out there on the Antarctic, and the second place was hot chocolate, and I'll take the hot chocolate. I think it's warmer. Anyway, that's it. You won a hot chocolate, Dr. Fox. Awesome. Awesome. I love it. Okay, on that wonderful and friendly note, you guys, we do want to take a look at a couple things. One was that we did not get our ice cream, and I do have to say the ice cream boats are there. So please do run down and get yourself an ice cream if you want. And for those who don't know where to go, the ice cream boats are sitting right there at the dock. So you head down here, this road, and go down there, and then down there at the lights, you head on over and take a left, and you go down to the boat dock, and that's where the ice cream stands are. Gura, thanks for that 55 Swedish kroners. Thank you very kindly. And I'll write that down, 55, and then I will read what you said. You have made a good live channel with volcanoes, etc., and you carefully explain that too. I like it. Okay, awesome. Thank you, and I hope the messages do come across. That's important for me. If you're having difficulty with what I'm saying, then it kind of defeats the purpose. And the whole idea is for everyone to gain knowledge and enjoy it, right? So that is what we're looking at. By the way, I'm just looking here. I don't know if you guys notice, but take a look at the wave action here. I've never seen the waves splashing up and over the boards here on the side. That is pretty awesome, and hopefully that ice cream boat won't be rocking too much when you get over there. One of them's taken off, so you better run if you want to get ice cream, and the other one's probably going to go right away too. Oh no, hang on, it is only one there. Oh, if you didn't make it down there, you might as well come back. They're gone. They ain't waiting for you. Okay, that is awesome. So anyway, since we are at the end of our wonderful stream for today, I am going to throw this back onto some lava, and we will see what we can do to end the day on a lively note, and that's without that song. Okay, you guys, that is great. Fox truck, all aboard. Yeah, there we go. That'll make it happen. Okay, thank you everyone for being here. I do appreciate each and every one of you, and thanks for watching all that nice stuff. And big thank you to Trevor for that £2.95 super chat. Kevin Haynes for the $5 super chat. And then Storm Chaser for the €5 super chat, and then Gura for the 55 Swedish kroners. Thank you all, you guys. You are awesome, and I do appreciate it. That is very, very kind of you. And on that friendly note, it is time for me to wrap things up and say thank you to my moderators. You guys have been awesome. Arizona Snowman, Piggy, C&D Boy, Lucas Snow, Joseph Fields Official, and 24/7 Live, AZ Skies, Gary, also in here somewhere. And be good, you guys. Take care of yourselves, everyone. And all the best to all of you. And keep smiling. We'll see every one of you tomorrow. I'm your host, DrFox2000, here in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. And please remember, tell your loved ones that you love them tonight, for tomorrow is never promised. Good night, everyone. I'm Dr. Fox, and we'll see you all tomorrow. Oink, oink.